Welcome to Sportsbet Daily for at oddsmarket.com, and we're off to Spain straight away. It's La Liga and the best bets. And these two boys that I'm joined by today, or with today, is number Juan, who's having an unbelievable time of it.
I am. It was.
Oh, you are, are you?
I am having a wonderful time. How are you doing, Flash?
I'm so pleased for you. I am so pleased for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And the other part, the deadly duo, is Martin Green. Martin, how are you?
Doing good, thanks, Flash. Yeah, doing good. Champions League been okay so far. There was a couple of strange results yesterday, but keeping my head above water.
Okay, and how would you say that La Liga's treating you so far this season?
Ups and downs. Doing okay. Not quite as good as on the Premier League, but it's. I think we're getting into a bit of a groove now. Had a pretty good weekend last time around, so hoping to build up a bit of momentum now.
Yeah, you're not the only one who had a good weekend, because number Juan on sizzle mode. You're fine. You did say that you've got someone in that closet at home that keeps helping you with them picks. I'd keep him in that closet because your picks have been doing good.
He has been complaining, but
He.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So he now.
Oh,
so we've outed him.
He's just a little bit dirty.
Is he?
Yeah. As long as he keeps winning.
Yeah, exactly. So if he loses, you'll have to give it a wash and start again?
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. Rafa, let's have a look at the record that we're talking about for La Liga. The boys are absolutely storming it.
Yeah, it's a shame of Sevilla game last week, but
Yeah, well, you keep going near Sevilla. But the average price of 201, accuracy over 50%, but profit of 14.8. Now, Rafa, how have they split that? Individual records. Martin G. That's where I like to have things split. Profit of 14.8, 7.4 for you both. Average price 2.1, and I'm going to take a bit of credit for your average price going up because I taught you how to find value.
Yeah. I learned from my 1.40. It was a win, but I've been staying away from those low-hanging fruits. I'm reaching for the sky, baby.
14.8% profit. And we're not even near Christmas. Close to Christmas, but not
you
quite
have
close.
Plans for Christmas?
Yeah. I have plans.
Good.
But Natalie just picked them up, ripped them up, and then told me I was working. So not a problem at all. Better off working than sitting home and filling myself full of turkey and sausages wrapped in bacon
Eggnog?
and all that. What?
Eggnog?
Eggnog?
Yeah, that thing the Americans drink.
Well, that's Americans. I'm not American.
But it has
No.
alcohol.
I'll have a nice glass of water, thank you very much, with a little splash of ice, or a little touch of ice, and maybe a bit of lemon. Let's crack on. Martin, I'm going to come to you first. Real Sociedad 4.6, draw 4.3, and Barcelona, a tasty-looking 1.75.
Very tasty looking 1.75. Yeah, I mean, they're in deadly form. 1-4 in a row, holding on to their lead at the top of the table. I think they're assuming that Anoeta's a difficult place to visit. Real Sociedad are fourth at the moment, but Barcelona have a very good record there recently. I think they get the job done in this game. They were able to rest a lot of key players during midweek. They still beat Inter 2-1, which I still can't get over. What that says about the quality of Serie A. I mean, this is the team that's top of Serie A, and Barcelona's B team just rolled them over, dominated possession and beat them. But now that means that the likes of Messi, Suarez, Busquets are going to be well rested for this game. I think they're going to have focused on it throughout the week. Stern test of their title credentials, but 1.75, I've got to go for it, and I'm not going to complicate it. Just go for a straight Barca win.
Okay, that's the words from the pupil. Now let's go to the master.
I'm also picking this game. It is very exciting for me. Barcelona are playing great. Last game against Inter was fabulous. That kid, Ansu Fati, just entered, scored a goal. I'm very excited for this wonder kid.
Yeah, dream come true for him.
Oh, that's
what dreams are made of.
Yeah, he's the youngest goal scorer in Champions League history.
We love that.
That's amazing. Well, my pick for this game, it is Barcelona Asian handicap at minus 0.75 at 1.93. Why I'm choosing this is because there has been 7 games that Real Sociedad doesn't beat Barcelona, and Barcelona is on a streak of 7 wins winning. They're just on fire. So yeah, I'm picking the Asian handicap of minus 0.75.
Okay, it's time for me to take the master back to school. So at 0.75, for you to get paid out, you've got to win by 2 goals. Is that correct, Martin?
Yeah, if they win by 1 goal, you get a half win.
Exactly. So you might as well have gone Barcelona minus 1.5 because you're expecting them to win by 2 clear goals, and you would have probably got around 2.4.
I'm confident on the 2 goals.
Okay, exactly, that's what I'm saying. So maybe 2.4. Maybe we'll get Martin to have a little look at that when you're talking during the next game. Martin, can you have a look at that? Barcelona minus 1.5, please, on the Asian handicap against Real Sociedad. But while you're doing that, we're going to go to the next game. Atletico Bilbao at 1.74, draw 3.6, and Eibar 5.9, number 1.
I'm choosing for this game Atletico Bilbao under 4.5 at 1.91. At home, they have 6 wins this season, Athletic Bilbao, only 1 lost. And remember, at the beginning of the season, they beat the powerful Barcelona. And without, against Eibar, they have 6 games without losing against Eibar. So that's a pretty impressive record against this team. So I'm expecting Athletic Bilbao to win with not too many goals because at the end of the day, they're still Bilbao.
Okay, so that's Atletico Bilbao, and under 4.5 at 1.91. Martin, did you manage to educate and increase number 1's odds for Barcelona?
2.88 you can get if you go for minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap there.
Okay, well, we'll revisit that and see if you actually want that, because the
How about
2.88 is actually what you think the game's going to be, don't you? You think that Barcelona are going to win by 2 clear
How
goals.
is the minus 1? I feel more comfortable with minus 1.
Well, why? You think they're going to win by 2, don't you?
But how is the? Okay, let me think about it.
Minus 1. If you're sticking with Unibet, you can get 2.2 on Barcelona minus 1. So it's a push.
2.2 minus 1. I feel like a car salesman at the moment, Martin. I'm like that. Number 1, don't listen. You don't have to buy now. Maybe have a little look, have a little think about it, go home, speak to your little man in the closet, and then come back to me. Anyway, Atletico Bilbao 1.74, draw 3.6, and Eibar 5.9. We've already got Atletico Bilbao and under 4.5 at 1.91. Martin, 1.91, are you duplicating it?
I think I'm just going to stick with a straight Athletic Bilbao win. 1.75. It's obviously not as attractive set of odds, but having said that, Athletic Bilbao's last game went over 4.5 goals, and so did Eibar's last away game, which just would worry me a little bit. If anything, I'd probably go Athletic Bilbao and over 1.5 goals just to if I was getting a bit more value there. But yeah, I think Athletic Bilbao win this battle of the Basque teams, and they've been pretty comfortable at home recently, so I think that was like a good pick.
And would you put Barcelona and Bilbao in a little parlay?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I put the 2 of them in a parlay actually, along with Getafe and and Celta Vigo. I've gone Celta Vigo, Getafe, Barcelona, and Athletic Bilbao all in a parlay, and you can do a couple of them as draw no bets if there's 1 or 2 that you're feeling a little bit less confident in. But yeah, you can get pretty good odds on that, and I've written it up as an article over at Odds Market.
Good. Go along and have a little look at that on Odds Market for Martin's La Liga breakdown and parlay. Let's move on then. You've mentioned Getafe at 1.71, draw 3.6, Valladolid 6.3. 1.71 goes in a parlay. Have you found any better value?
Yeah, you can get a little bit more value if you go for the under 4.5 goals as well. You can get 1.8, 1.82 sort of price on that, which I think looks pretty safe. Getafe aren't really the sort of side to blow teams away. They did beat Levante 4-0 in their last home game, but it's rare to see. They are scoring a lot more goals this time around than they did last season. Jose Bordalas has been rotating his forwards to very strong effect. They've got a lot of goals in this team, but they're just as solid defensively as they were last term. They've only conceded twice in their last 6 games. And they're really on form right now, climbing up the table. They're up to 5th, which is where they finished last season. And they're showing that they're no one-hit wonders. They're looking like a good, consistent side. Playing in the Europa League, but I think they've got enough time to recover from that game and go on and beat a Valladolid side that just haven't really been impressive at all this season. Home win for me and under 4.5 goals.
Okay, at 1.82. Number 1. We've already heard that Martin's going to put Celta Vigo in his 14 parlay. Celta Vigo 1.75, draw 3.8, and Mallorca, who don't travel well, at 5.3.
Mallorca is awful on the road, just awful. Hasn't won this season at all outside their island. But I'm choosing the both teams to score at 2.1. We can see that Mallorca can score goals. The last game of Barcelona, they scored 2.
Yeah, they did.
And Celta Vigo also they're not the most consistent outside the home, but at home they can score goals. And the last game between each other end up at 1-1. So I'm happy with a draw, 1-1, 2-2. I don't care. But as long as both teams to score, but I'm truly expecting Celta Vigo to win.
Yeah, well, I was scared of the draw as well, funnily enough, and I thought that this could be a scoring draw. So both teams to score at 2.1 looks a lot better value than just Celta Vigo 1.75, but we will be cheering it on because of the article that Martin's wrote over at Odds Market with his 14 parlay of Celta Vigo, Getafe, Atletico Bilbao and Real Sociedad against Barcelona, with Barcelona coming out on top. Martin, Espanyol 2.62, draw 3.48, and Real Betis 2.9. Split these if you dare.
I'm very much edging towards the away team, Real Betis, in this game. Espanyol finished 7th last season, sold their 2 best players. Mario Hermoso went to Atletico Madrid, where he's not exactly setting the world alight, but they miss his presence at the back. And Borja Iglesias up front went to Real Betis. So he's going to be returning to Cornellà El Prat in this game to show the home fans what they're missing. And Real Betis are looking pretty good at the moment. They've won a few on the bounce. They're climbing the table. They're sort of showing the form that we expected to see from them at the start of the season after an ambitious transfer window, whereas Espanyol are just in a tailspin. Absolutely horrible form. I really think they're in relegation danger. Doing well in Europe, but I just don't see them getting many points in the league at the moment. Got a dreadful home record, 1 draw and 6 defeats in their 7 home games this season. And Betis, they've got a lot of quality going forward. I think they'll do well in this game. So I'm going to go for Real Betis, draw no bet, 2.07.
2.07, it looks like a great set of odds because there's no way I'd go near the home side at 2.62. I thought this could well be an Alex classic as well, with maybe Betis running out. Maybe 2-1, 3-1, but Espanyol are not a side that I could trust. Let's go to the last game that we're going to get covered. It's Atletico Madrid, 1.45. Maybe a possible parlay there. Draw 4.3. Osasuna 11. Number Juan, how have you found the value?
Okay, Atletico Madrid has been disappointing. There has 4 games without winning, but I truly believe they're going to change their ways on this weekend. Osasuna is not the most consistent game, so I'm expecting Atletico Madrid to win and under 3.5 at 1.85. That's my value for this game.
1.85, so you're looking at maybe a 3-0. I don't fancy the 2-1, to be honest, so... You think
maybe a 2-0.
Just 2-0?
Yeah, Atletico Madrid hasn't been scoring a lot of goals this season.
Do you not feel as if there's somebody is absolutely going to get whumped by Atletico Madrid? They're going to maybe put them to the sword and have a freakish 5-0 or 6-0, something like that.
This season?
Yes.
At least not after Christmas, maybe.
No, after Christmas.
After Christmas, yes, maybe, probably, because they're looking for a forward. They're looking for a number 9 to bulk up their forward, their attack.
Okay, and how do you think that Diego Costa's done so far?
Awful.
Awful?
Yeah, I think the star player is Morata. He's not injured, Diego Costa?
No, I was just saying overall, since obviously he's gone back, because obviously he went back there and he'd done so well in the Premier League.
Oh, at the beginning he was doing well, but he has been inconsistent these last 2 seasons.
Okay.
I think the star player there is Morata and hopefully for the Atletico Madrid fans, Joao Felix.
Right,
But
yeah, he's
not
done
at the
great,
moment.
Felix. Done absolutely great. Okay, number 1, can you give me a banker out of your selections, please?
Yeah, you guys made me change my mind, but not as much. I'm changing my Real Sociedad versus Barcelona at -1.
Right, okay.
At 2.2, correct?
Okay, so that's Barcelona, -1 at 2.2 will be the selection.
Yes, because if I get a difference of 2 goals, it's going to be a push, correct?
No, if you win by 2 clear goals, you win number 1. You really.
Okay.
I might have to get your little mate out the closet and get him to sit here. But to be fair, at 7.4 units of profit, you are doing absolutely brilliantly. And if you wanted to, just in front of everyone, will you just sign this contract to say that you're happy to come on for the rest of the season, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. See,
There it is.
we love that. We love that.
Frame that, take a picture.
Thank you very much. And it's number one's birthday at the weekend as well. Yes. So we wish you a very, very happy birthday. Maybe the man in the closet will make an appearance.
This is my banker.
Yes,
the Barcelona game is my banker.
Barcelona is your banker. Okay, Martin, have you got a banker for me?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for Barcelona as well. I think just because they've had the week off to prepare for this game. They're flying at the moment. Messi, Suarez, Griezmann, they could all play together and hurt this Real Sociedad team, who are missing holding midfielder Asia Ilamorendi. So, yeah, I'm going to go for them as well.
Okay, my banker of the weekend is that number one will not buy a drink at his birthday party on Saturday night. So you can leave us, number one, with that big smile.
It's my birthday. You have to buy a drink to me.
Yeah, well, I won't
That's
be
how
there.
it works.
I won't be there. I'll be washing the hair or something. Yeah. Okay. But you have a great time though, eh? I bet it's a great one.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, you take care. Martin, I will see you tomorrow on Premier League Punters. And number one, in all jest, happy birthday. And I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Thank you very much, Flash. Have a happy weekend, Martin.
Okay. Now, if
You
you could
too.
leave,
Have a great birthday.
Yeah. And if you could leave now, I could get some like proper tipsters on now, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
That's how it is.
Okay, so that's La Liga wrapped up. Both bankers in the Sociedad and Barcelona game. Barcelona -1 and Barcelona just to win outright. So we're going to move on. It was a minefield a few weeks ago, but Radek and Alex have found their way through. They've found their way into profit. And all of a sudden, they've started to tame Bundesliga. Alex, Radek, how are you?
Okay, I will talk because Radek is muted. I don't know why. And I wanted to ask you before we start. Oh, what an echo! I think that Rafa should recall me because no, I'm normal. This is how they are doing in Costa Rica. When it's your birthday, you expect others to buy you a drink because in our part of the world, they are raping me on my birthday. I have to give everybody to drink, you know? I mean, what the fuck? I have to move to Costa Rica and I need to have my birthday every single day, you know?
Yeah, Alex, it gets worse than that. We're actually going to go to number one's family restaurant. And they have like big steaks, big burgers. So I was like that. Jimmy the Bag said to me, Flash, we're going to go to number one's on Saturday. I went, hang on a minute. Number one, is the food free? No, of course
No.
not. Is the drinks free? No. Jimmy, we ain't going. And that's how the conversation went. Radek, good weekend last weekend, sir.
No, I don't think so. There were a lot of lost bets, I think. But the Champions League was great, but I'm not an expert there.
No, but I mean good
Not
week
for-
as in... Hang on, Alex. I mean good week as in... Bayern Munich getting beat by Mönchengladbach. There was Mönchengladbach at 5.5. There was quite a few people who watch Sportsbet Daily that found the value there. And just because we lost, a lot of our viewers actually found the value and they won. Go on, Alex. What are you saying?
Yeah, it was a good week for me in Bundesliga. I'm catching Radek little by little. My banker of the week came in. I was about to go 4-0 again, but 3-1 with a banker. All good. I'm expecting another good week. This is why I have 5 bets for Bundesliga and great value on the away sides this week.
Okay, Rafa, can I have a look at the record for the Bundesliga, please? The record of 6.1 units of profit, which is nothing short of a miracle. Average price of 1.2 is obviously wrong, but that has nothing to do with you or I. That's just a glitch. And their joint record, please, or individuals. Bundesliga, Alex, 2.3, and I think you was like something like 7 or 8 down. So that's a massive turnaround. And Radek, there you are, 3.8 profit. Both boys now in profit, which is will take some doing, especially at this stage of the season when we've seen so many upsets. Alex, I'm going to come to you first. Koln 4.5, draw 4.1, and Bayer Leverkusen at 1.8.
Yeah, I must go with Leverkusen here at 1.85. Shop around for your odds. Yeah, I know that they're playing today. I know that, let's say it's important for them because they are hosting Juventus, and they are fighting for that second place. But I'm really sure that Atletico Madrid will beat Lokomotiv Moscow, and finally Leverkusen will go to Europa League. So they are at home also today. They are traveling in Köln. Of course, it's a tough place to visit, Köln, but I really fancy Leverkusen to continue their excellent run of form. Four matches with no loss, 3 of them as wins. Sorry, I'm without cigarettes for the last 33 hours because my cardiologist said for me to quit or I will die. So here I am with 33 hours without a smoke. This is why I'm a little bit agitated, you know.
Oh,
but
good
yes,
lad.
Leverkusen at 1.85.
Massive congratulations, and I must say you are looking well on it.
Thank you.
Radek, Hertha 2.1, draw 3.77, and Freiburg at 3.6.
Yeah, we have a saying in Germany, and maybe it's in English the same thing. All the good things are 3, or something like that. And it's the third game of Jürgen Klinsmann as Hertha coach. And the first one was very close defeat against Borussia Dortmund. The other one was a 2-2 after 2-0 advantage against Eintracht Frankfurt, and now I think they finally make it against Freiburg. Hertha will win their game at home, and I think the odds of 2.1 are good enough because Klinsmann is a very motivating coach, and the Hertha team is not that bad. They made some good games in the beginning of the season, but they lost their energy and motivation within the last games. And with Klinsmann, I think there's a new energy in the team, and that's why I'm thinking that they can win this home game, and I will bet on it.
Yeah, Hertha Berlin 2.1, not complicating it to get the 3 points at home to Freiburg. Alex, Mainz 5.5, draw 4.4, and Dortmund 1.66.
Yeah, I know your opinion on Dortmund. I know that, and not only your opinion. We have the same opinion. They are very inconsistent, but they are really happy right now that they qualified in the Champions League knockout stages. Because Inter Milan, but we'll talk about them later, couldn't manage that when Barcelona said, "Come and beat us," and Inter Milan, Chef Michael's team failed to do that. So yeah, Dortmund, after a brilliant 5-0 win at home against Düsseldorf, should take care of another poor side, Mainz. I think that Mainz are the worst defensive side in the league with 34 goals conceded, and I'm going Dortmund and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.83. I think that on their own they can score 2 easily, and this is my banker for this Bundesliga round.
I mean, I was looking at the game and I would have had money on you saying that this is an Alex Classic, and also that means that you go with Dortmund and over 2.5. Obviously, I wouldn't go near the Dortmund myself, but there again, if I don't go near them, they win. If I go near them, they either lose or draw. Okay, Alex, I'm going to stay with you. Dusseldorf at 7, draw 5.25, and everyone's second favourite team, RB Leipzig, at 1.48.
Yeah, you love the Bundesliga this season. Gladbach, Leipzig, Dortmund, Schalke, Freiburg, Leverkusen, all in front of Bayern Munich. And we really love when we see an underdog at the top of the table. We enjoyed Leicester winning the title a few years ago. We will enjoy also Wolverhampton if they will ever win the title. But to see someone else winning the title in Bundesliga or Serie A, where teams like Bayern Munich and Juventus are winning year after year after year, this is a miracle, So this is why I will support the small teams. Basically, they're not small teams anymore because the investments are real there. Also to RB Leipzig, also to Gladbach, also to Dortmund, despite being inconsistent. By the way, I told you about Dortmund, but they will be without Mats Hummels, and that is a good thing for us.
Oh, that's a massive positive.
Mats,
RB Leipzig, simple as that, and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.95 for me.
Yeah, I like that. 1.95. Leipzig to win and over 2.5 goals. Radek, Wolfsburg 2.76. Draw 3.5. And Mönchengladbach at 2.67.
Yeah, last week I made a big mistake by betting on Wolfsburg against Freiburg, and they lost 1-0 in Freiburg. And I won't make the same mistake again because we are here. The leader of the league with Mönchengladbach has an odd of 2.67 in Wolfsburg, who didn't manage to win a lot of games during the last 10 games. I don't know. I think they won 2 or 3. And that's why there is a huge value on Mönchengladbach. I know they're playing in the Europa League, but I think they won't lose in Wolfsburg. They shouldn't lose in Wolfsburg, and that's why I will bet on draw no bet Mönchengladbach or Asian handicap 0 on Mönchengladbach, and the odds are around 1.9. Nice to take, and even if there will be a surprise, you never know, but the odds are too good not to bet on it.
No, totally agree. A little bit last week, Mönchengladbach, they were at 5.5. I think there was massive value with double chance, and they got the job done. Alex, Wolfsburg, Mönchengladbach, or the draw?
I'm on the same page there with the draw no bet at 1.94. I don't expect them to lose. I expect them to enter this match very, very determined to add 3 more points after that incredible match against Bayern Munich. Let's say that they were a little bit lucky against Bayern Munich. Not to concede a second goal too, but luck is part of the game, and luck is always with the good sides, with the good either teams, either athletes, this is what I like to believe. And incredible, they scored in Alex's last minute goal, the 91st with the penalty. So yeah, I think that they deserve to be here first in the standings. Just 1 point between them and RB Leipzig. They cannot afford to put down the weapons right now and say that okay, Christmas is here and we are first, because we know what happened last year with Gladbach. Again, what a brilliant first half to their season, and after that on their head in the second half. Hopefully they are not doing the same mistake once again, and I have Gladbach with draw no bet at 1.94, the same with Radek.
Yeah, Radek, just make sure that when you put your selections in, you go for the 1.94. Good man, good man. What are you doing? You're doing some sort of...
high five to Alex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, Radek, I'm going to come to you. Schalke, 2.05, draw 3.9, and Eintracht Frankfurt at 3.75.
Somebody who's following our show for a longer time might know that I don't like Frankfurt very much because I think they are not that good anymore, but they made a lot of points in the first half of the season. But now I think the air is out of Frankfurt a bit. They almost lost against Hertha BSC Berlin last game day. And now we face a very good and very solid Schalke team who plays good football, and no one expected this in front of the season. And this is why I think they renewed their home strength. They are happy to play in front of their huge crowd in Gelsenkirchen and in this big stadium. And the home advantage here is clearly on the side of Schalke, and I think they are even the better team here, and that's why I'm betting on them with an odd of 2.05. I like it.
Yeah,
And I have to mention, I always bet against Frankfurt when they played in the Europe League during the week, and I'm doing quite good with it. In the league, they struggle this year.
Yep. Okay, we're going to go with Schalke at 2.05. I think they're a top striker away from being really decent. I think their work ethic's great, but I can't have their front men. I think they're very raw, very agricultural. But if they get a top striker in there, I think they really would put some teams to the sword because they are a solid unit. In fact, the defender, Sane, I actually tipped him up to a couple of English clubs when he was at Hanover. So I thought he was one of the better ones. But he now ends up at Schalke. Alex, Schalke, draw or Frankfurt?
You're absolutely right about the Schalke needing a striker there, a world-class striker, but I don't think that they have money for a world-class striker to come and join them as a team, because a world-class striker always expects to win the title and play in Champions League, and Schalke is not that kind of team in the last years. But yeah, German players are always talented, and maybe they will take one from the academy and raise him. You never know about that. I will not complicate here. I like also the home win, and I will root for that. But I'm going over 2.5 goals in the game at 1.7. Yesterday at 1.75. Today at just 1.7. So you can still take that right now.
And you like Schalke at 2.05 to win the game as well?
Yeah, I like it, but not official bet. But I will root for Radek, of course.
Okay. Radek, give me your banker, please.
Yeah, I thought it has to be Schalke, but the more I think about it, I'm going with Jürgen Klinsmann. Come on, Klinsy. Take your first win.
Okay, we're going to
and
go with
Berlin.
Okay, we're going to go with Klinsmann. I actually played in that game where he scored his first Premier League goal when Tottenham beat us 4-3 at Hillsborough, and the old famous dive and everything else. A hot day as well, always is, first game of the season. And Alex, your banker is Dortmund and over 1.5 at 1.83.
Absolutely, yes.
Excellent. Well, good luck, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Alex, if you can stay with me, we're going to go on to Serie. Radek, have a great weekend and keep up the great work.
Bye, Radek.
You too.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck to Klinsmann and Radek, as they're both going to be hoping for a Hertha Berlin home win at 2.1. Okay, we're going to go on now to Serie. And to say the boys have been smashing it would be a bit of an insult. It would be an understatement. And we have Alex, who likes to call himself the grill master. And we have Chef Michael, who is obviously just a chef. And I think he's probably a bit of a sore chef after his favourite team, Inter Milan, failed to beat Barcelona B side last night. I'm going to come to you first, Chef Michael. Talk me through what happened to Inter last night.
Hey, it was the same thing that I saw when they played Roma over the weekend. They just played with no sense of urgency and no passion. And I think they felt like they could just go in there and roll over that B team. And obviously that wasn't the case. So, I mean, if you can't beat a B team, regardless if it's, Barcelona's B team or whoever's, you're probably not going to do too much better in the later rounds. So,
are you favouring them now? They're going to go into the UEFA Europa League?
I like them. I think I like Salzburg a little more. I think I like the way Salzburg is playing. I think I would favor Salzburg a little bit ahead of Inter.
Okay, depending on obviously what injuries come back and bolster that Inter side, and whether they get any players in the window that are not obviously cup tied. Alex, how did you find last weekend's card?
Brilliant. Both bankers, both bankers, because I had two bankers for Serie A in, but the other two matches we lost them, but we added some units there, at least me. Yeah, about Inter right now, talking a little bit about yesterday's match, I think that they were also a little bit unlucky, to be honest. They had so many clear opportunities in front of goal against Barcelona, but they're missing a good midfield. Two midfielders, and both of them are injured. Barella and Sensi right now. Both of them are injured. They couldn't press high. They couldn't take the ball away from Barcelona's B team or even third team in some cases. Barcelona played with only three players from the first 11. Ansu Fati scored his first goal. He is the youngest player in the history to score in a Champions League. When you have a Barcelona with nothing to play for, but still Griezmann was playing a little bit like Messi in some occasions. When you have Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez missing so many opportunities in front of goal, that is a shame. Yes, but you forget about Ajax in Europa League. We have also Ajax. We have also Salzburg. We have also Inter.
Ajax not
we
good
have
enough,
many,
Alex.
many teams.
Ajax not good enough. Not good enough.
Also, Inter, I don't know how interested they will be about the Europa League. I think that they will be more interested in fighting Juventus for the title in Serie A, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it's a two-horse race, but we're going to get to that in a little while. Can I have a look at their records, please, Rafa? Let's have a look at how well you've been doing. I've been telling everyone how brilliant you've been doing. Profit 28.9, absolute sizzling. The accuracy of 61.6, but the price, the average price of 1.94. Rafa, how have the two boys done individually? We've got Alex there at 14.3, average 1.89, 60%. And there's my man, Inter Chef Michael, average 2.01, 14.6 units of profit. We love that, near enough shared down the middle. Chef Michael, I'm going to kick off with you. Napoli 1.36, draw 5.5, and Parma at 10.
Yeah, Parma's coming into Napoli. You know, Napoli is absolutely a shit show right now. I mean, they're equal with Napoli on the table right now, but Parma, you know, they're not going to be a pushover, you know, coming into Naples. Even away from home, Parma, you know, they held Inter a 2-2 draw a few weeks back, and Fiorentina, Bologna, they also held them to draws on their own pitch. And this Parma defense, you know, they got a lot going for them. They're anchored by Riccardo Gaglioli, Damian Matteo, and Simeone. Napoli, you know, I don't really know what to even say further about Napoli. You know, they qualify for, you know, the further Champions League, but still they end up sacking Ancelotti. Immediately signed Gattuso. Who knows what he's going to be able to do in this first coming weekend.
My God.
But what's the difference with Parma? Parma's a legit team. You know, Parma are good. Parma shouldn't have any problems hovering around this top 10 on the table, in my opinion. Napoli, you know, they played their full squad yesterday, so I'm a little concerned with who they're going to play. They're dealing with a bunch of injuries. You know, I don't think we're going to see, you know, the top guys like Milik, Insigne, and Martens. I think Parma can hang close here, and I think we're getting a good value on Parma plus 1.5 at 1.87.
Asian handicap. Would you have a small interest on Parma at 10? Because these sort of odds don't come along very often with a side that have a better chance than being a 10-1 shot.
Yeah, I think Parma can hang in there till the end. And it's always with the way Napoli's been playing. They've been drawing a bunch of games. They've lost a few weeks back to a side they shouldn't have been losing to. So I wouldn't have any problems with putting, you know, half a unit on Parma to win.
Yeah, whenever I've seen Napoli, and I've seen quite a bit of them this year, I think they're too spread out. So if Parma can be patient and get themselves behind the ball, I think they'll be able to break on them. I think that maybe both teams will score, and I think it'll be over. But maybe even Parma double chance. Maybe Parma will get the draw.
3.4.
I mean, you're looking at a draw at 5.5, and you're looking at Parma double chance. And what price you say that was, Alex? 3.4.
Yes.
I mean, I think everything we're saying is actually steering us away from Napoli, who are 1.36 because it's Napoli by name and not by the way they've been performing in Serie A. Let's move on to a side that I did. Sorry, Alex.
And excuse me, Gattuso to replace Ancelotti. Come on, this is a I would say a huge joke for Napoli.
Yeah, but I think it's just maybe forced upon them, and I don't think they really sacked Ancelotti. I think Ancelotti has got offers on the table elsewhere, and we knew what was going on in Napoli a couple of weeks ago. You both said what a bad things going on behind the scenes, so he was probably better off out of there. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did tell you, or a few weeks ago, I said I saw better shoots coming out of the Milan camp, and now Milan are 1.66, draw 4.5, and Sassuolo at 6.0, Alex.
Yes, you told me, but I told you that Bologna are a little bit better than Parma, and they will score against Milan, and this is what they did. Sassuolo on the other side at 6.6. I will take a shot with them, let's say half unit on Sassuolo, but this is not my play. My official play for this match, 1.7, both teams to score, one of the bankers, because I have two bankers again in Italy. So one of them is Sassuolo and Napoli and AC Milan, both teams to score at 1.7. I think that Sassuolo are a brilliant side. I enjoy see them playing. Even if they lose, they will give me a positive feeling for 2 hours of watching them play football. It doesn't matter against whom. So I will give them also a chance to beat AC Milan here. Also, let's say draw double chance at 2.43 looks good for Sassuolo. But still, both teams to score at 1.7 is the best way to take this match. 2 units at 1.7.
Okay, and that's your banker. Both teams to score at 1.7. Milan, Sassuolo. I think Milan win the game, to be honest. Okay, Chef Michael. Genoa 2.81, draw 3.3, and Sampdoria 2.65. Are Genoa overpriced here, Chef Michael?
No, I think they're priced right about right. I mean, these both teams are tiptoeing the relegation zone. Genoa's down there with only 11 points, and Sampdoria is just one spot ahead of them with 12 points. But I said a couple weeks ago that Genoa, they'll find ways to get points and get them out of the zone. And I think this is one of those matches where they feel like they need to get points. I mean, they lost their last 2 matches at home to Torino and Udinese, but you watch that game with Torino, they were very unlucky to not come away with a win there, or at least a draw. I mean, Genoa created plenty of opportunity to score, but they just were unlucky. They hit the goal a couple times, put one just left to the bar, and Torino got that late header, from Bremer. So I think they could have came away with that with some points, but I think they're coming on the back of that draw with Lecce when they were, I think they were down to 10 men, and they were still fortunate to get that draw. So I think they're going to come into this. They're on the right track. I think they can at least get a draw here. So I'm going to play a little safe here. Genoa draw no bet at 1.95. I think they at least come out here with a draw, if not the full 3 points.
Yeah, I think I can't see them getting beat at home. So if you go draw no bet at 1.95, it seems like a bet to nothing. Alex, Bologna 2.9, draw 4.1, Atalanta 1.91. I might as well write it down. This has got to be Alex Classic, surely.
No, it's not. It's just an away win at 1.91. As we talk, Atalanta are qualifying in the knockout stages of the Champions League, leading 2-0 in Ukraine in the last minute of the game, in the 90th minute of the game. And Manchester City are winning 4-1 in Croatia against Dynamo Zagreb. So Atalanta, after losing the first 3 matches in this group, are qualifying from the second place in the group. This is unreal, but in the same time, another page of history with another team for the first time playing in Champions League. Someone said earlier, my favorite team from last year, Atalanta, from Serie A, but I love them also this season. I didn't expect them to qualify in the knockout stages of the Champions League because they don't have a big group of players to play at the same level in both competitions, you know. Also, Duvan Zapata is injured for many rounds, and he's still injured. But as we noticed, players like Ilicic, Muriel, and also their number 10, I forgot his name right now. I think I need a cigarette, but I will stop. I will stop. Yeah, I love them. They are brilliant. They are a positive team. They are attacking. They are awesome. 1.91 Atalanta to win against Bologna. But yes, you're right. Alex Classic is a good bet too.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stay with you, Alex. Another team that's done well is Cagliari at 4.2, draw 4.1. But Lazio, they are on fire at 1.8.
They are on fire, and Ciro Immobile is on fire.
Good
and
player.
They are coming after an amazing win against the Juventus 3-1. With not only with Ciro Immobile, but their attacking team is pure gold, Lazio. And I don't understand why they didn't have the same results in Europa League. I'll tell you why. Because they played with many players from the bench, resting some of their key players. But if they could, push it a little bit, they would easily win that group with Celtic, Rennes, and CFR Cluj. I still think that they can do it. I don't know. I have a feeling that Lazio will qualify further. Tomorrow? No, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yes, I think that we will see a very entertaining match with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. The Alex Classic at 1.83, which is also my second banker for this weekend in Serie A, with 9 Golan changing the face of Cagliari over these last matches, but most of all for this entire season. So yeah, Cagliari, their 4th place in the standings, just 2 defeats so far. Might be an exciting draw, a 2-2 correct score. I don't know, with a small 10 cents, I don't know, whatever you call a small bet. I will call a small bet a $5 bet, for example, a 2-2 draw at the end of a correct score. I think that is priced at around 25 right now. But for an official bet, Alex Classic at 1.83.
Okay, Chef Michael, we've got goals on the table from Alex. Are you going with goals?
Yeah, copy and paste everything Alex just said. That was going to be one of my bankers for the week too. Cagliari, you know, there's you gotta say they're the surprise of Serie A. You know, they're sitting right there in the 4th, trying to challenge for that Champions League spot. And then, you know, you watch them. They put goals in. They're fun to watch. You know, they beat Atalanta 2-0 in their own helm. They put 5 past Fiorentina, 4 past Sampdoria, and you know they drew against Lecce and Sassuolo and put 2 in against both of them. And you know they're pretty good. Sassuolo's pretty good defensively. So you know you got to be impressed what these guys are doing. You know, Joao Pedro and Giovanni Simeone, Nangalan. You know they're all playing. You know, all deadly threats to put the ball in the goal. And you know, just like Alex said, you know, same thing on the Lazio side. We always talk about Chirmo, Immobile, and Correa. You know, they're all deadly attackers, but you got to look at the way Luis Alberto is playing right now too. Absolutely, probably one of the best footballers in Serie A right now. The way this guy's seeing the pitch so clearly and putting precision passes, getting those guys the ball to put in the net. He's got 15 assists. You know, just current form is just magnificent. You know, both teams are scoring over 2.5. You know, one of the bankers also at 1.83.
All right, we're going to go on to the last game, but we'll come back for your bankers in a while. Fiorentina 3.6, draw 3.6, but Inter Milan 2.12, and we've only got Alex on this game.
Yeah, I must go with the value here. I must go with Inter Milan. Fiorentina are dreadful lately, and you can easily see that they are missing their badly missing Frank Ribéry, who is injured, and he's also injured for this game. Without him as the brain from the team, Fiorentina are lost. I don't know what is happening with them, but for back-to-back defeats, and let's say that in two of them they failed also to score against small sides like Lecce and Verona. Very, very bad. And I think that right now Inter Milan will try to bounce back after that heavy shock, because everyone was expecting them to win against a B side from Barcelona yesterday in Champions League. And I really think that they have the weapons to do that. Lautaro Martinez, again, anytime goal scorer, is another good bet. I think that he is priced at around even money away in Firenze. And yeah, I think that at 2.12 Inter is a great value bet in my opinion.
Okay, I'm just going to confirm, Alex, that your two naps are both teams to score, Milan and Sassuolo at 1.7, and Cagliari and Lazio, the Alex Classic at 1.83. And Chef Michael, have you gone with the Alex Classic at 1.83, Cagliari and Lazio too?
Yeah, that was one of the bankers, and the other banker, Genoa draw no bet, 1.95.
Draw no bet, Genoa. Draw no bet, 1.95. So that's, well, I tell you what, you boys are getting a bit too confident, aren't you? Two bankers each. I'm loving that. Keep up the great work, gentlemen. Chef Michael, good luck. Have a great weekend. Alex, keep up the good work, mate. 33 hours. It's now 34 hours. And you're
34 hours.
Yeah, and you're looking really, really well on it. And what about the alcohol? Is that finished with the alcohol as well?
No, that is not my intention. No.
Are you sure?
Please stop there. At least I have one to go.
Okay. Oh, I just thought that you may be going into training for the old Buddhist monk. I thought you might be getting yourself off to the monastery. Spread the good word.
Yeah,
can you imagine? You can imagine, Alex, couldn't you, in a monastery? He'd have them flicking coins, playing dominoes, playing cards, watching the football, having a bet, drink, fags. You would absolutely ruin it.
No, I heard that the Russian athletes are banned from the Olympics, and I thought to take their place, and compete a little bit.
Well, listen, if you are going on a fitness one, maybe you can get a few videos of you running around the track and that, and we'll put them on Odds Market and on Twitter, and we can all cheer you on.
Okay, we'll do that.
You know we won't do that. We'll be seeing barbecues and beers. Listen, lads, I'm going to let you go on that great moment. I'll speak to you again soon, and keep up the great work.
Cheers, Flash.
Cheers, boys. That's Chef Michael and the fit, or soon to be fit again, Alex. He's going to get back to his Olympic fitness very, very soon. So Serie, Bundesliga and La Liga all sorted out for the weekend. And just remember, happy birthday to number Juan. I'll see you soon.